I've heard somebody say on here that Moses had horns, and someone else had horns or something like that. It's like crazy because there's a sentence like with the word horns in there. It's like, oh, he had horns. It's like saying that Moses went up the mountain in his triumph. Oh, right. So Moses had a vehicle then. I wonder what fuel he used. So, you know what I mean? It's like you can take it right out of context, you know what I mean? It's like unnecessary. So, you know, when Moses went up the mountain in his triumph, it doesn't mean just saying that he had a vehicle going up the mountain, and besides, he would take a vehicle up the mountain anyway, as some people do, you know what I mean? Lammermuir Hills and an automatic, that was my mum, that. But anyway. Yeah, just getting it out of context, basically. It's people getting the Bible out of context and adding their own shiznit to it, and it's like, well, doesn't even say he had horns. Didn't even say it, and so, you know, stop the nonsense. How ludicrous, man. How stupid. It's like prophecy hasn't got enough to offer us at the moment. We've got enough stuff to wade through, yeah, and it's all about to hit the fan. And as soon as it's like World War III starts, you're going to get like Antichrist will be entered into the equation. We come in peace, we come in peace, and they'll make it look like that they're all squeaky clean, and we're going to have stuff floating about like you've never seen. So stop lying about stupid things like that. They didn't know, none of them had horns, right? None of them. Moses, Jesus, whoever you're accusing of having horns, it's like, you know, snap out of the boredom, mate. You got a lot of stuff on the way. This rapture thing's still doing my head in as well. I have to say it. One guy on here, he's gone rapture mad, basically, pre-rapture, pre-trib rap. I mean, and he's going, oh yeah, this is my opinion. But if you have a different opinion, don't bother leaving any messages or you'll be blocked. Oh. So if somebody offers a reasonable explanation as to why everybody doesn't just get out of here, you're going to block them, are you? Carry on. Be my guest. Block me. I don't care. It's like, you know, if the Bible says, you know, there is nothing before the pre-tribulation about everybody getting out. I don't see anything like that. There's definitely nothing before the tribulation that we just all disappear on, right? No point having a trip. There's no point having this sort of situation to test God's people, like with the mark and whatnot, to see if like you're for him or not, or you trust him enough to get you through it without having to like deal with the currency. So somehow or another, God sorts out a different plan of action for you, and you'll be able to do it. You probably work on a barter system, or you'll find someone that you can reasonably trust, okay, for the time being, that has taken the mark to deal with your finances. I don't know. He says that his people will do exploits. But he wouldn't be putting or allowing this to be happening if we were all just going to get out of it scot-free. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, it really doesn't. This pre-trib rapture is just... Look, all I can say is the instigators to where all these lies are coming from, you're out of order. Because what's happening is the game plan with this is that if people believe in a pre-trib rapture and they find that we're still here, now Satan might have one staged where they've been abducting people all this time anyway and claiming that they're aliens. Now, it's pretty obvious as people going missing, unaccounted for, FBI account, blah, blah, blah. There's just, you know, thousands and millions, you know what I mean, going missing. Now what's going to happen is it's going to be probably a worldwide event, because like when you listen to Galactic Federation, they're talking about taking everybody automatically. They will be abducted, right? That's under the age of consent, and then just going to go ahead and abduct them. Doesn't sound like alien to me. You're still not going to ask the parents then, no? This is the same old crap that they were up to before. It's not changed. They're demonic, yeah? Their behaviour is just like intolerable. You cannot do the things that they've done and get away with it in America, England, wherever you are. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. It's like kidnap. You just go and like abduct somebody. You just kidnap them. You know what I mean? You just like took somebody that you shouldn't take. You know, but basically, anyway, that's the behaviour of something negative, not positive. So I think there will be a fake rapture. I think there will be. I mean, if Galactic Federation are talking about doing all this, the Galactic Federation with Lucifer, then that's what will probably happen, because he's got a game plan. Because what he's doing is killing two birds with one stone. Those that believe not the truth, he's having them, right? Secondly, the rest that believe in the pre-trib rap and they don't get raptured, yeah, they don't get taken out scot-free, then they're all going to shake the fist at God and say, well, you're a liar, you didn't take me out. Well, he never said that he was going to take you out anyway. One thing that you've got to remember, right, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. All I will say is, if there is no pre-trib rapture and you're still standing here, right, and you're going to be dealing with like parts of the World War III and everything, and then like the Antichrist appears, giving it the old peace thing, setting matters straight and agreements and all this official type of shiznit, it's going to go down. But if you're still here and, you know, the economy will crash, because if you take countries or the whole world to war, then everyone's on stamps, you know. Everyone's on ration, powdered eggs and all the rest of it, okay? So if you find that you're still here, don't blame God. Just seriously don't blame God, because that is Lucifer's plan. That is his plan. If you're still here, you're going to be going, well, God, you've let me down. You know, I thought you were going to take us out of this. No, no. You just had a bunch of guys telling you that you were going to get out of here. The Lord didn't say anything about you getting out of here. So that's one thing I want you to remember when you're still here. You must remember that he never said it. You were taught wrong. You were told lies. And those that are instigating this, you're out of order, because there's going to be thousands dropping away from like any kind of faith at all whatsoever. I don't believe that I should go to any church and belong to any church, because every time I try and investigate a religion, yeah, I just feel so cold, like with the Lord, and it's like, you don't want me there. You don't want me in all these different religions trying to suss them all out. That's it. He's took me out of it all. Yeah, and I know I'm a lot closer to him, way closer to him. All right, there's something else I want to discuss with you in a minute. I've witnessed a load of people like Alex Jones, White House, Freemasons, all sorts of people, right? But this young lad that I've been talking to, I got this same sort of thing when I first started getting into the Lord, but it could be just down to your IP address, because when you start going down the various rabbit holes, you start investigating certain subject matters, and some of it's like highly classified and whatnot. So you go down a few of the rabbit holes, they track your IP address and they get a bit miffed with you. He's had harassment, he's had phone call harassment, helicopter harassment. I was watching a helicopter on the site last night. He just lives on the new builds like where I work. He's a good young man, and I think hand on heart that he's actually listening to me and he's investigating what I've told him. And his IP address is showing up on their government websites as a threat. So, you know, they'll just go and like pester him to try and frighten him. Well, we're with the Lord, and I don't think it was a demonic attack. That last night was definitely not demonic, and the phone calls, no. I think they just want to give him the wellies, like, you know what I mean, to make sure he'll just like go off and not bother investigating certain subjects that he's been investigating. I think you can be subject to demonic attack when you're going through the whole change from being your old self, denying yourself, to the new self. Do you know what I mean? So you are susceptible at that point, because like your faith can waver in and out. It still can be tried even at any stage of your experience. But yeah, so they'll always try and kick in. But at the moment, I think it's the fact that his IP address is like gone out, and you know, so everybody prays for him. You know what I mean? He's a good kid, and he's like obviously been listening. So, you know, and this is the first one that's actually listened like really properly, you know. Hoodies are actually people that are waking up. I've told him, I said, it seems to be hoodies that, I don't think he's hoodie. No, excuse me, I'll speak to you in a while, someone's knocking the place. See you in a bit. Right, that's that sorted. That was a young man, like, that I was talking about. He's just nipped up, like, come to see us, he's coming back later, like. No, it's just funny when you go down some of the rabbit holes and you're like... You see, a liar won't believe in anyone else, so the government, like, if they're into snooping in on the conversations, it's like you only need keywords that are like, you know, that trigger it all off, like, on their computer systems, and it's like, oh, okay. and they sent a big black helicopter hovering over his house to try and scare him. And he's like, you know, weird phone calls, but like, I've asked the Lord to look after him. I had all that, and I remember. Anyway, TTFN, and I hope you're all well. Keep on doing your research in it, and don't get involved in any religious sects and 501c3 document religions and people preaching false information and whatnot. Don't get involved with it. Just do your own research and stay close to the Lord that way, yeah, because like, there's that many liars around now. This is it. Here's the agendas on. Speak to you soon. Ta-ta.